Hello, hello, good morning. I love forgetting to unmute my microphone, but it's fine. We've unmuted it. Hello, good morning. I don't know why, I just decided to forget my entire intro. I'm like, I am so professional. I am definitely someone streaming for like a couple years at this point. Like, who could have thought? But I could not. But anyhow, good morning. I am just having Saturday morning. Nice. For one. I'm having a good time. As you can see, we're here to continue Mr. Mechatro Shinji. Today my goal is to finish. I'm not sure if that will happen, but I will. I will try. I guess I lied a little bit. I'm not starting this kit today. I've already been building this kit. He's got arms and legs, but I have yet to do his like main body. And that's what I would like to say. Already, I'm kind of surprised. I think I mentioned this before. I'm like surprised at how much mobility this guy has for like being a bean robot. His little grippers are actually really freaking cute. Wait, let me zoom in. See what the hell I'm talking about. His little grippers are so cute. This kit has been kind of a joy to build thus far. I've never built anything. This is, I believe, the producer of this is Hasegawa. It's not like Bandai or Kodansha. Hasegawa, and I've never built a Hasegawa model kit before until right now. I've been interested in the Mechatro line for a little while, mostly because the artist for the Mechatro line is, I believe, Kobayashi. I don't remember his name. But it's the same artist who did Nichijou and Azumanga Daioh, you know, a very talented mangaka and artist, and the person who does the point art for the Mechatro line of model kits. MechatroWeGo. And I've been kind of hesitant about going for Mechatro kits because they all look very simple and they're kind of all like, I hate to say it, but they do kind of all look the same a little bit. They have some variants, but for the most part a lot of them look very similar, so I'm like, I don't know which one I actually want to get until they decided to announce that they're actually collabing with Evangelion. And then I was like, okay, well now I have to get one of the Evangelion ones. If there's anything to know about me, it is me being a big fan of Genesis, Evangelion. I make fun of it a lot. I make a lot of jokes about it, but I am genuinely a very big Eva fan. I am genuinely like a huge Eva fan, and so I'm like, oh okay, well now I have to build a Mechatro Evangelion kit. I actually have two Mechatro Evangelion kits right now. I have Shinji and I have Rei. And part of me has like collector brain rot where I want to collect all of them, but now that I've experienced Shinji and also Rei is being built off camera because I will not lie to you, the kit is so similar to this one. I don't think it would be interesting to watch me build that too, because like I'm building Shinji on stream and the kit is basically the same but recolored. It's cute and fun because I like the little figure, because you come with the little figure, you get the little guy, and I think that's very neat and I like that a lot, but it's a little like, do I really need this kind of a situation. It's kind of a do I really need this situation. And like, I don't regret getting Rei. I think she's like my second favorite Evangelion character besides Shinji. I know it's maybe controversial. I actually do like Shinji as a character. I've promised not to go too in depth on my Evangelion opinions because I have so many of them. It is absurd. I have so many thoughts and feelings about Evangelion. I have published at least one essay about it on my personal blog. But I always have more to say. I truly always have more to say. And so I've promised not to go too crazy on my Evangelion opinions. But I do like Shinji as a character. I used to really not like him as a character because people meme that he sucks, and I agree. Like, that's what makes Shinji great, is that he sucks. That is the wonderful thing about Shinji as a character, is that he sucks. But because that's kind of the whole point of his character. That just kind of where the heck? There's not even that many runners in this kit. How am I already losing track of them? What the heck? Oh, I know I need the P. And yeah, here's C run. But yeah, there's like not that many runners in this. I don't know how I am so like, but the body is pretty simple. I want to see if I can get it done within this time span, and if we have time, I have made the preparation to do some of the water slides, to do some of the decaling. I was just so eager. I haven't done water slides in so long. I haven't done water slide decals in a while. Mostly because I just feel like I don't do that many. I haven't encountered. I feel like it's easier to say. It's not that I avoid water slides. I like water slides. I just feel like I haven't encountered as many kits that do water slides lately. It feels kind of rough because I like water slides. I like the appearance of water slides. Doing water slides is kind of very annoying. Doing water slides can get very annoying because maybe it just depends on the kind of kit. Like, I don't mind doing water slides on Gunpla. Gunpla water slides are pretty banger, pretty solid. And also usually Gunpla water slides are on like wide patches of space. Versus I feel like the types of kits that I encounter water slides with the most are like Mecha Musumes, like which are the Mecha girls. Because I am a big fan of Musume kits. And unfortunately, fortunately or unfortunately, I am a big fan of Musume kits. And they almost always have water slides. And I understand why, because they look really nice. Look very clean and smooth. But it's rough because they're like people shaped. They're all people shaped. And thus it is so much of a hassle to get water slides. So much of a hassle to get water slides on these like odd shapes and like human shaped armor and stuff like that. And I'm like, please. Usually when I do water slides on the Musume kit, it's like, it looks kind of crazy because you have to, in order for the, like, even, I use Microsolve and Microset, okay? I do. I use Softener and I use Setter to do my water slides to make them easier. And it sometimes is still not enough. I have to, like, hold the decal, like, in place until it dries down, and that's really annoying. And sometimes I kind of skirt around it by fashioning like a structure that kind of like usually like a little plastic wrap or like a paper towel. Not usually paper towel because it will stick to those. But sometimes like a plastic wrap or like a piece of backwards tape or something, and I'll like fashion this contraption that like holds the decal in place in like an odd curved position. and then fasten it with like a paper clip. And so my my Musume kits, when the water slides are still drying, like look insane. It's such a pain. It truly is such a pain. But Gunpla water slides, I feel like, are a lot easier to navigate because they tend to be on like flatter surfaces. Because they are robots versus Musume kits, which are less robot and more girl, as they tend to be. But this kit has water slides, and I'm very excited to do them because they look really neat. I actually have yet to apply, so I have the real grade. I also have a real grade unit 01 that I love quite a bit. I have the real grade unit 01 that I love quite a bit. It's one of my like favorite kits of all time. 100% like recommend. I love RG Unit 01. But RG Unit 01 was a little disappointing in the sense that it came with sticker decals and not water slides or anything else. It has decals, but it's sticker decals and they look ugly and I don't like them. That's like the one flaw of that kit, because otherwise that kit is pretty flawless. Like that is a beautiful, well-made, well-designed. It holds up so well. Like it's such a good kit. But its one fatal flaw is that it comes with stickers. I'm like, why? That's like like assembling RG Unit 01 kind of felt like you are consuming like a Michelin star meal. You're consuming like a Michelin star meal and then your dessert is from 7-Eleven. Like that's kind of the emotion, like the feeling that you get of like, oh my god, you go through this beautiful build process. It's wonderful. It's amazing. Then you get to the detail, the decaling, the finishing touches, if you will, of this experience, and it's stickers, and they're ugly because they're stickers on like a real grade, and it's like, why did you skimp on this out of anything else? Why? But they did make water slide versions of the decals. So I literally went out and I purchased separately the water slide versions of the decals of the Unit 01. And I still have yet to apply them because I just keep forgetting. I don't even know. It's not even that I forget. Like, I literally keep a lot of my decals and stuff like in my toolbox. I have like a little box as my tools and all of my extra decals and whatnot. And that I see it every time I use my toolbox. It's not like I forget, but it's it's like I know I should. I just haven't gotten around to it. And I believe in myself that I will someday. I believe in myself that I will someday. It's so bad because I literally like I had my 01 like displayed and then I like took it out. I put it back in the box because I'm like, oh yeah, I started like partially disassembling it so I could decal it. And I feel so bad because it's like not being displayed right now. It's still like partially deconstructed so that I can decal it. Meanwhile, I haven't decaled it. And it's such a like nice, beautiful Unit 01. Like she deserves to be displayed with everyone else. Actually, I was gonna display her with my other Evangelion stuff because I have I have a little corner of like my shelving that's literally just the like Evangelion section. It has all of my Eva figures. It's got like, yeah, it's basically just like got all of my Eva figures. It is separate from where I house my Gunpla, where I house my model kits. But I'm like, well, I have to put Unit 01 in the Ava section. I like, it was, the funniest part is my Ava shrine wasn't even intentional. I didn't even go about my life being like, I should have a small shrine to Evangelion that I keep next to like my other shelves, because I have like model kit my IKEA Dettol that's like dedicated to Gunpla. And man, it's rough. I have so many kits and it never stops. It truly never stops. I just keep expanding. I've recently expanded to wall shelves, which honestly game changer. I've started doing wall shelves, and that truly is a game changer because I buy these little tiny wall shelves off Amazon. Not like big, because again, I rent an apartment. I cannot put anything, like I can't screw stuff into a wall and have any like permanent stickers. But I get these little like acrylic wall shelves that are like, they're like this big, pretty small, and one little it's like a little floating it's like a little floating platform kind of a deal, because it's like clear acrylic, and I just put them on my wall, and that's like a slot for a model kit that goes on my wall, and it's both great and terrible because I can just buy as many of them as I want. I buy them in like a pack of 4 for $10 on Amazon, and it is the best. So like whenever I run out of room on my shelves, because if my IKEA Dettol is absolutely like already at capacity. That thing is at capacity. It cannot hold any more Gunpla, like at all. Where is this? Okay, this thing here. This is. Oh wait. I'm holding it upside down. I am so good at this. I'm so good at this. Where's my tweezers? Where's my tweezers? Here we go. Here we go. Yeah. Tweezers for this. Yeah, I just keep... It's kind of dangerous because whenever I'm like... Oh man, I've run out of shelves for all of my model kit. I just get more shelves. My limit is how much wall space I have, and I got wall space. Like, surface area wise, I got wall space. So, it truly is, like, never ending. Well, it is, I do have a finite amount of wall space, but nothing's gonna stop me. I just keep expanding. But honestly, it was one of my best ideas. Honestly, some of my best work. I will have to say, it is some of my best work. Speaking of, I don't have any. I actually don't think this is very. But since we're working on Shinji, and hopefully I would like to finish Mechatro Shinji sometime soon-ish. I'd like to finish Mechatro Shinji soon. I'm hoping I can finish it today, but if I don't, I don't. But if I do finish it today, I will have to start thinking about what I'm building after Mechatro Shinji. In which case, I don't know. Wait, ooh. I did not attach that correctly. This guy. Oh, these are funky. These are. This guy. No, this. I think. Wait, no. Then it should. Oh, so. I was like, what's happening here? But luckily, me and my 2 brain cells have figured it out. I probably very often don't seem like someone for a while. Well, I can't say that I've been building Gunpla for like a ton of time. There most definitely are plenty of people that have been doing Gunpla much longer than I have. I would say it's like a for me, it's like been a past few years development since I've really gotten into the hobby. Anyhow, yeah, I am, even besides whether or not I finish this kit today, I've just been thinking a little bit about what I want to do after this one. I still have not quite decided what kit I want to do after this. Since this is like a fairly simple build, I want to do something like kind of crazy after this. I don't know what yet. And I'm thinking like, it's autumn and I kind of want to do something like, I don't know if this makes any sense, like seasonal Gunpla. I know they don't have like pumpkin spice robots, like I know this, but what if I want to try and have my own pumpkin spice robot? Like what if I do that? What if I have my own pumpkin spice robot? Basically inventing my own pumpkin spice robot in the sense of, what if I just decide on a seasonal Gunpla? And I want to like try and figure out a good, like what would even entail seasonal Gunpla? Like what would entail, like what would a seasonal Gunpla even be? Like an autumnal Gunpla, like how do you define that? How do you define that? Does it exist? Am I insane? Do I sound insane? Are the three primary questions in my brain. But no, I don't know. And so I'm thinking, my immediate thought process, right, is like, what if, oh, there we go. I was so afraid that I snapped it on wrong, and I was like, oh god, break this. Bye. If I had to separate that. We got it, we're good. Yeah, yeah. What was I even saying? Oh yeah. What do I define as seasonal Gunpla? So I'm like, immediately, I'm like, okay, would it be any Gunpla? Like, I'm like, I don't want to go, like, I could go the custom route. I could forcibly create a pumpkin spice Gunpla. I could play God, and I could be the god that creates my pumpkin spice Gunpla. But like, I think it's more fun to do this via interpretation, like to do this via distillation, if that makes sense. To like invent it, in the sense of like, how can I redefine a Gunpla and make it seasonal for the autumn? And so immediately, I think the most basic interpretation, right, is color scheme, appearance. What Gunpla like feels autumnal, like in terms of colors, like reds, oranges, yellows. And I've got a few like primary red model kits. Like I've got MG Epyon. I've got the other one that I know I've got a couple of red ones. And so I'm like, okay, I know I have some, technically, you know, technically, Ray could also be autumnal because she's like yellow, she's like primary yellow-orange. His unit 00 is primarily like yellow-orange. And I suppose that does count. But, but I don't want to build her back-to-back. I don't even think I want to build her on stream. I have previously mentioned. Oh, she's kind of out of the running. I think I have, I know I have MG Epyon. Epyon is currently my like front runner when it comes to like aesthetics, autumnal aesthetics. Drink. I'm gonna take a little Yakult break. I'm not sponsored by Yakult, though I wish I was. I'm a big Yakult. I buy like packs of Yakult. I buy so many of these. That's a good Yakult. I think I will also be taking a brief break. I shall return. Let me add a little. Let me add a little note that I'm not just like I didn't just die. X color, terrible option, but it gets the point across. Anyway, I will be right back. Oh, I'm back. I'm no longer on a break. I'm back. Hello. Good morning. Yeah. I decided we went on a break together. I took my camera with me. No, that sounds terrible. I did not do that. But I'm back. I've returned. At what cost? But that's I now desperately want to talk about the thing that camera's back, excellent, I'm back. We're all here, we're alive, all in one piece. Good Bjorning, yeah. Time that I want to talk about what I desperately have been wanting to talk about, and that is the thing that I did last week, and that is I got to meet and go to a signing for Tsubasa Yamaguchi, who's the mangaka of Blue Period, which is one of my favorite manga. Blue Period is so phenomenal. Blue Period is so good. And I love it. I love Blue Period. I love Blue Period so much. And I got to go to the Q&A and signing panel with Tsubasa Yamaguchi. And it was like an irreplaceable experience, honestly. Blue Period is, if you've never read it, it's about a guy who is kind of aimless in his life. Like, he doesn't really know what he wants to do with his life. Is kind of just like, yeah, I'm just I'm good enough. I can kind of just do whatever. I'll just be like not particularly passionate about my job. I'll have like a generic office job and live my life and do that. And that's kind of, and live to like party on the weekends. Like, that's the kind of person that he is. And has never really felt like really passionate about anything in his life until he discovers that he actually really loves art and he wants to be an artist. Because also this takes place when he's in his second year of high school. This is also when he's in his, this is still a high school student. But really cool. And it's about him like trying to get into art school in Tokyo, because in Japan the way it works is public universities are like super cheap, while private universities are really expensive. Kind of like exactly like the United States, but the difference is that while in the US private universities are the ones that are more prestigious, in Japan, the public universities are the ones that are more prestigious, because so many people want to go to them because they're cheap, and thus they only accept the best of the best. And in Japan, there's only one art university that is public, and thus you have to be like the best of the best, or else you can't really or else you have to pay an arm and a leg to get it to go to private Japanese university. And I remember reading it and feeling a little depressed, because at one point the character was like looking through the mechanics and like, well, how much would it cost for me to go to a private art university? He's like, oh my god, this school is so expensive. However will I afford this private university tuition? And the tuition is like $25,000 a year. It's like $25,000 a year. And I'm like, prize in American. But it's a time, but it's very good. And it's just about his journey of like, it's partially like, it feels a little bit like a shonen. It's not shonen, it's seinen, but it feels a little bit like a shonen because that like whole competition aspect of it, it's about his personal journey and growing and like learning to love this new passion that he's discovered. But it's also like, he also has to compete against hundreds, maybe even thousands of other young artists that have been doing this for far longer than he has, for these limited, extremely limited, prestigious slots at this like top tier art college, and it's really neat. Really neat. It's really cool, and it like the character writing is really good. Not just him, but like all the characters, even the ones that are kind of like set up as his competition, are all very well written, and it's like a very meaningful story to me, because I feel like for most of my life I didn't really get to pursue a lot of like the creative. I like creativity. I like creative things, but I've always been like a very creative person. But I feel like in this, how do I? Is this goes in here? This goes like up in here, but I'm not entirely sure how this is even supposed to attach. I'm not even a little bit sure of how the heck this is supposed to attach in here. Is this supposed to be secure? I have no idea actually, because it's okay. This way, this thing is this way. It's positioned correctly. It just tells me to like slide this guy up in here, but it doesn't do that very easily, which is quite difficult for me right now. But yeah, and it's very meaningful to me because I like creativity, and I've always been a creative person, but I've never like really been an artist or a writer. Like I've never really explored it too much when I was well, writing is a little different, but at least when it comes to art and drawing, I didn't start really learning how to draw until a couple years ago. Like it was definitely I didn't even start learning how to draw outside of like technical drawing until I'm in my 20s. But I want to get better at it, and eventually I have like a bit of a pipe dream of being like like making my own graphic novels and stuff like that. I want to do that, but it feels like everyone around me that are like I've been drawing since the moment I could pick up a pencil. That's what every other artist feels like to me, and so it's very daunting for someone like me that started so late in life that I feel like it's too late for me to be a good artist. And when I read Blue Period, I have never like related to something like that where I was like, that's exactly how I feel. That's so my experience, and I just read it at the right time, like around when I was starting to learn, and actually that's when it was recommended to me because of that, because I had another friend that was into Blue Period, and they knew that I'm trying to learn how to draw and stuff, and they're like, that's kind of like this character, you should read Blue Period. And then I read Blue Period, and I was like, oh my god, he's just like me for real. He's just like me for real. And it's good. And I got to, like, I feel so, like, immensely privileged that I got to... I'm just gonna hold this in place and assume that it's fine. That I guess it'll all work out. Where does it even go? Where does this... I'm assuming this goes up to here, but this can't, like, go past. Just... I see the little slot for the sliding, but I don't hold this. This goes here. I'm so confused. I'm so confused. I'm so... This is definitely... on the inside. Wait a minute. No, it can't slide. It goes this way. It wants me to slide this up in this way, but I can't slide in the other way because there's no little slot on the other side. I also forgot to actually. That's that's a nubmar. That's a little runner connector that I forgot to snip off. Oops. That could have been bad. But yeah, I was like, one, the Q&A was very good because it was partially like, it was, the moderator did a very good job. They were a New York Public Librarian. The moderator did a very good job. And I was like, one of my biggest fears when it comes to Q&As, I've been to like Q&A panels and stuff, like at conventions, and I will not lie to you. People be asking some stupid questions. Push this sufficiently in? That doesn't even mean anything. What do you mean push this sufficiently in? What does that mean? What does that mean? This is supposed to be like up in there. This almost kind of looks like it's on the inside though. Like this is supposed to be here. That doesn't make a lot. This does it. If it, I've been doing that. I have been doing that. I have been doing. How necessary is this part? It seems kind of necessary. I won't. Yeah, I do need this guy. It is a little bit necessary. I almost want. I'm wondering just like not. Because I can't figure out how this piece is supposed to be on here. Maybe I'm just stupid, but this is like one of the first times I've really struggled with this kit. Because these instructions, this is a pretty simple kit. The instructions have been not super like complicated, and so I haven't struggled a whole lot with this kit. Like it's pretty simple, it's pretty straightforward. You kind of know what you're getting into and what it's about. This doesn't make any freaking sense to me though. I have no idea what's going on. Like even if I flip it around, like it doesn't really change anything. I definitely think this is supposed to be this way. But part of me is like, it's kind of depicting it like it's the other way around. So I'm like, what do you mean? How would it even be that way? Doesn't make a lot of sense. I'm trying to change the directions. What the heck is it doing? I'm not entirely sure what this is even supposed to be doing. It just says push this piece sufficiently into this other piece. And I'm like, brother, that's what I'm trying to do. That's exactly what I am trying to do. It's implying that this, you're supposed to push it into the... It's not that clear because there's this that like prevents it. There's like a little stopper piece. So I'm like, what if I just hold it in place? But it also is like, makes it look like there isn't really a good slot for this guy. Like, I think this is supposed to be on the inside. But I don't entirely know how this goes on the inside. Because that makes sense. Actually, that doesn't make a lot of sense. Is it supposed to go all the way up there? I don't think so. But I don't... I'm just gonna proceed without it. It's bad, I know. I'm just gonna proceed without it because it doesn't look like it's doing like a ton. I'm gonna go looking through the instructions and seeing like if this piece is like really used for anything. It looks like it might be, but I'm not entirely sure what this piece is even used for. Okay, it is. Man. So I do need it. I do have to. Okay, but also when I look further, I am only more confused. I'm more confused when I look at the other instructions. I'm like, what? Talking about? What is happening in here? Because I presume I'm supposed to do this on this side. When does it do it? Wait. I'm so confused. I'm so confused. Sorry. I'm like kind of silent for a second because I am simply too stunned to speak. I'm so confused right now. I'm so... But it's okay. I'm gonna zoom in so you have at least kind of see what I'm looking at right now. I'm looking at right now. But yeah, I hate Q&As a lot because one, I can never think of good questions and without feeling stupid. And the other thing is that I hate when I'm at a Q&A and someone asks a question and it's stupid. Like, it's something that's very easily Googleable. And I'm like, that defeats the point of the Q&A. But luckily, this Q&A was very good. The moderator did a good job in asking a lot of very interesting questions themselves. And the audience for this was really good. And most of the questions that the audience asked, I thought were actually very cool and interesting questions. This is so crazy. Wait. There's this guy. And there's this guy. Is going to be fit into here. Also, it doesn't mention there being another one. It just appears. This is my one gripe with this kit where I'm like, what is happening? Because, okay. Here's this piece, this goes here, this goes here. This guy is supposed to go in here somehow. This guy, these two get layered together, and this guy is somehow in here this way. It only mentions one on this side. It does not mention one on the other side. And then once that is stacked in there, then this guy goes on here, right? That goes on here. But now suddenly the same piece is on the other side. Suddenly, this piece, which is this piece, it goes here, you see it, that's the same piece. But now it's on the other side. But I was never instructed, it never tells me that I should put one on the other side. This is just very annoying and confusing, actually. And I'm assuming, okay, I think I'm correct in assuming that, like, when this snaps into here, it, like, secures this. But this is like that's like a stopper thing. I don't know what's happening on this piece right now. I truly do not. Okay. We're going to be trying something a little different. Okay, this guy. Sliding this guy into here. And I'm just gonna try holding it and seeing if that will like help me at all. If this will do anything at all. No, it doesn't. It doesn't do anything at all because this is really does not look like it's supposed to fit here. It looks like it's supposed to fit like up here. It makes no sense. And I'm gonna not include it. What happened? And I'm very annoyed. I'm so why must I suffer like this? It was pretty simple. I haven't really had any issues with it up at this point. Anyhow, at the Tsubasa Yamaguchi signing, I had a really good time. And after the Q&A, there's like the little signing and things that are happening. It is very fun. Oh, wait. I don't. I think I've been sliding into the wrong slot. But this one is not my fault. This is the fault of how it was illustrated. It was illustrated poorly. Of like, why would you show it like that? Why would you show it like that? Leave it up to interpretation like that. Here. Is there another thing in here? This can like slide. I know it's these guys. I know. Okay, yeah. These guys too that it's supposed to go into. There we go. We did it. I figured it out. It only took me like 20 minutes. But we have done it. I am capable of figuring things out. Is it illustrated on the wrong slot? Not illustrated on the wrong slot. It was just very confusing because I'm like, okay, why would you illustrate it like that? Why would you illustrate it like that in a way that doesn't make any sense? Now, that is now all in the past. Now it is trying to get this guy into here, supposedly, allegedly, this fits into here. Even though it's not. Even though it's not. Maybe it's just something you drew on the stream. I'm a little self-conscious. I'm really self-conscious about my art. I'm not very good at it. I'm not that good at it. But I've been getting better. Because currently... Sorry, I'm still drinking my Yakult. I've like played with the idea of doing like more art-based streams, but I'm like, I'm really not that good at drawing. I'm like not that good at drawing. And I'm like, I'm also like such a lethal amount of perfectionist. I'm like, oh, I could never. But then I'm like, well, will it ever be good enough? Then I also have to contend with the idea of like, will I ever think it's good enough? I'm not entirely sure. Because that's also just like the personality that I have, but it kind of sucks, and I know I probably shouldn't be like that. Okay. Oh, it's the same piece. I'm an idiot. I'm not an idiot. I know what I'm doing, but I'm also like, what do you mean that's all it was? What do you mean that's all it was? But yeah. It was like so everything to me that after the signing for the Q&A part, after the Q&A part for the signing, you know, everyone, like, you got, like, because it's a pretty small event, it was, like, it was literally, like, lottery. I had to sign up for a lottery. Like, I had to sign up for this back in September, and see if I won the lottery slots, because it was a very small venue. The venue it's at so Kodansha right now is doing like a pop-up event in New York called Kodansha House. And as part of the pop-up, it's also just like a really cool little exhibit space, but as part of the pop-up, they're doing various like signings and whatnot. For the signings, it's very limited seating and it's all free. But it's very limited seating, and thus they had to do like a signing. They had to do like a lottery thing for the signing. And so I managed to win the little lottery drawing for Tsubasa Yamaguchi. Happy. And thus everyone got like 30 seconds really to talk to her while the signing was happening. And it was so insane that I got to go up there and tell her, because I mean, she understands a little bit of English, but a lot of it there's this translator, or an interpreter. Okay, an interpreter. Fun fact: the difference between interpretation and translation are two different things. Interpretation is spoken and translation is written. Now you know. We had an interpreter with her, but it was still so insane to go up there and tell her how much her work inspires me, and and her to tell me oh yeah, good luck, you got this. And she doodled a little Yatara, who's the main character of Blue Period. She doodled a little Yatara on my volume, and it was so everything to me. Oh god. Apologies, I'm kind of going through it right now. I might take another bathroom break. It's a little too much information, so we're not going to go into detail. But I am a little bit going through it right now, and I may have to take another quick, another brief excursion. Oh, okay. I will be right back. I should really change this text color. I'm gonna have it be in black now. Easier to read. Okay, I'm gonna be right back. I shall return. Okay, I'm sorry. Had to do that so suddenly. One of the things that I've had to come to terms with, and that I've discovered as I've gotten older, is that as you get older, you really have. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just like, sometimes you're kind of just going through it. And one of the things I've discovered getting older is that you really have to start caring about your digestion. You have to start caring, like, when I hear things like healthy gut biome, I'm like, oh my god, that's like important to me now, is having a healthy gut biome. I eat my yogurt. I've been eating my yogurt. But sometimes I just, not to be too TMI, but it just is. We're all human here. It is simply a thing happens. But don't worry, I'm like, actual health-wise, I'm fine. I'm doing fine. And I've been speaking of getting older. I will be off next week. Wait, yeah. Speaking of getting older, I will be off next week because it is my birthday. My birthday. And I'm gonna be doing stuff for my birthday. No. Not. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I'm not, don't worry. I'm not crying in the bathroom. I'm fine. I'm okay. Antenna. I'm not, no. It's not that serious. When I said I was taking a bathroom break, I was for real. I was for real. If my mental health were truly that dire, I would not be streaming. I am so lazy. It's terrible. I actually feel like I've had kind of like a renewed vigor of a lot of different things. Where's the J? I know the J runner is one of the small ones. Let's see. When was the J runner? E. Oh, this one's the J runner. Yeah, no. I was not having an episode. Do not worry. I am okay emotionally. I've been kind of, I've been having my ups and downs as you do, but like, my mental health has not been that dire. Well, I've had my moments, but I'm doing pretty okay right now. Actually. I've actually been feeling kind of like a renewed vigor in a sense. With the I guess with like the whole blue sky migration has really like kind of fired me up a little bit in the sense of like, oh my god, I feel like I can like actually do this. I like actually want to create things and put them out there and like just do it. Because even though like I've been using Twitter for like a while, and I have like my various platforms and things like that, but I feel like I am like, for someone who wants to be a creator, like not like a full-time thing, being a creator and making stuff is still very much like a hobby for me, and I don't think that will ever change, because the idea of like being a creator like as my job sounds kind of horrifying. Like, Godspeed to the people who are. Like, it takes so much. It takes so much. And it's such a volatile environment. I could not truly imagine. Like, I already get stressed. Like, I have a 9 to 5 and I get stressed out about the stability of my job. Like, I have a 9 to 5 And I'm like, oh my god, what if my boss just like fires me tomorrow? Because I don't know, I'm like, what if I mess up and my boss just fires me tomorrow? Like, that's a possibility. Because we live in the United States of America. And so, yeah, like, I could not imagine having like a content creation job where it's like, I'm sorry, honey, not enough people clicked on my video, so we can't afford soup. Like, we can't afford rent this month. Like, I truly could not live like that. I would die. But I do like creation, and I like content creation, and I like making stuff, and I want to like put things out there. But I've never really felt like I could do it well, not consistently, but it's just like, I don't know, I've always been like kind of hesitant about it. Even though I have like Twitter, I put stuff on my Twitter. I don't put a lot on my Twitter though. I never really used Twitter like too much in terms of like posting my own stuff. Like, I used it quite often as like, I mostly just use it to like follow artists and stuff, and like streamers that I like and stuff like that. But I've never really like used Twitter as like a big posting platform, you know? But I like something about the whole Bluesky migration, and like it's very like, it feels very community based, which I really like, and it feels like I can like, because with Twitter, even whenever I would post stuff on Twitter, it felt like I was kind of just like posting into a void, you know, where it's like, not that I like super require attention, but like, it's one of those things where I'm like, you know, it felt a little pointless at some points to like really do a lot with Twitter, because it just didn't feel like I would really get a lot at spamming to get your personal info off this. What happened? Oh. What happened? Personal info? I appreciate it. I appreciate your... But yeah, it just felt like kind of pointless to like do a lot on Twitter. I just didn't feel like I was getting a lot. I really just use Twitter. I mean, I don't think I'm gonna get rid of my Twitter account, but it's very much like a personal social media kind of a thing. I really do appreciate I really do appreciate that. You know, I'm doing pretty okay. But if anything, I've been doing pretty good, because I've been feeling like a renewed vigor. Because like with Bluesky and the whole migration onto Bluesky, it feels a lot more like community based. It's not like I want to post for attention in a sense. Like, I want to feel like I'm a part of something. It's more like I want to feel like I'm a part of something. And with Twitter, it kind of felt like I was posting into a void. Like, of course I have friends on my Twitter, like, but it's like my people that I'm already friends with. And so it was like, yeah, it was fun. I use it as social media, and I like interacting with my friends and having a good time. But I want to be like part of a community in a sense, and be like experiencing that. And Bluesky feels so much more like able to do that. And I feel kind of like a renewed vigor of like, I actually want to like post and participate and like talk and be there. And it's very nice, and it like gets me kind of like inspired, and like, ooh, it just makes me happy that like I feel very motivated to like do the things that I want to do. that I want to like do the things that I want to do. And it's very cool, very exciting. This goes this way. Whoa, his little leg. I think there's definitely, I could do a little, we're gonna zoom in a little bit, and expose myself. I could definitely do a better job with the stress mark removal. I've kind of just been doing the bare minimum so that they're not like awful. But, you know, that simply is how it is. That simply is how it is. I think I could do a little better. I might try a little bit more, because this kit is like pretty nice. It's got water slides. I actually have to paint Shinji. I see it comes with a little Shinji figure, but he's unpainted, and thus I must paint him. But yeah, I don't know, man. It makes me feel like I want to like create more and actually like share it, because I create and I do stuff. See, like that's kind of the problem with is that I actually do create and I do stuff and I make things, but I don't post it anywhere. I don't like share. I don't share it at all. I don't share it at all outside of maybe like a couple of my friends. And I'm like, I should do that more. Like I want to do that more, but I've never really like gone out there and done that too much out of like fear, I guess. But I feel kind of like I've been feeling like a renewed sense of, yeah, I can like be out there and I can create things. I can just put it out into the world and no one is stopping me. If any, like, yeah. And I feel like I want to do that and enjoy it. Like, especially when it comes to like model kit stuff, because like I have a bunch of works in progress. I have a bunch of things that I'm like working on and that I'm working towards, and that I'm like, yeah. I bought recently one of my ongoing projects has been Barbie Barbatos. Like I just really love the concept of like, I know it's definitely not the most original concept, but I love the idea of a Barbie, of a real Barbie. And so I started like color blocking a Barbatos to be like pink. Be like pink. And I bought some glitter recently. I bought this like really cute like heart-shaped glitter. Because I looked at it and I was like, I was literally just like at Michael's and I looked at it and I was like, this would be perfect for Barbie custom. Like I need to make this happen. And so I've been working on that. And I don't really like, the other thing is that I work very slowly. I'm the kind of person that like doesn't zero in on one thing and then just like, I very rarely like zero in on one thing and just like hustle and get it done. I'm like, I'll work on a million things at the same time and sometimes they will finish eventually. Yeah, glitter Barbatos. 100, like I'm going so in. I also want to get like, I want to experiment a little bit with like, the heart glitter that I got are like big chunky glitters, and those are going to be more like for accents. But I want to try getting like very finely milled glitter and mixing that in with my paint and seeing if I can like like the kind of glitter that you can put in drinks. Maybe not that exact glitter, because it doesn't have to be like edible, but like that kind of very finely milled glitter. And seeing if I can mix that in with my paint and just have like a glitter finish, or maybe even my top coat. That actually might be kind of interesting to have like a glitter top coat. There might be a reason why a glitter top coat is not like a super available thing, because it might actually like ruin everything in my life. It might no, it might like gunk up my airbrush. I might have to like hand paint it. I'm not entirely sure yet. But I definitely do want to try making this happen. Like, I just am very enamored with the idea of just glitter Barbatos. Pink, sparkly, glittery, cute. Like, I'm so into it. With, like, the pinks and the reds. Oh my god. Like, I have the vision. I just have to do it. And yeah, I'm the kind of person that just has like a million works in progress that just does and starts and stops and starts and stops and starts and stops a million different things. And eventually some things will finish, and I kind of just chip away at things slowly over time while starting new things, you know? And that's just simply the life that I live. It is both a blessing and a curse. And so, I don't know, man. I'm very excited. I have like things that I want to do. I've also been, oh my god, I started writing a couple of TTRPG one-shots because I will be demoing. As always, Furpoc is coming up. By the way, that's the thing. I'm gonna be out for 2 weeks in a row because my birthday's next week. And I'm gonna be doing stuff then. And then for the week after, I'm gonna be at Furpoc. So we've been messing around with trying to see if I can do something during, like, streaming something during Furpoc. But I don't know if we have the perms for that this year. Like, one of these years, I really want to try and stream at Furpoc. Because Furpoc does have, like, some model kit stuff, and it's pretty neat, and maybe even just, like, going around, like, hanging out. I really want to do something like that. But for this year, I don't think I'll be streaming during Furpoc. I might try and stream, like, afterward a little bit, because I don't like skipping too many weeks. But alas, know I'm going to be out next week, because it's going to be my birthday weekend, and I'm going to be doing stuff, and I'm going to be getting older. Another year older. Technically, I've gotten to the point where I'm turning 25, and thus that's like the pop science when they tell you your brain's done cooking. And so I can kind of comment on it now of like, do I feel like I'm done cooking? No, I don't think I ever feel like I'm done cooking, but I kind of do feel like I'm done cooking. It's kind of funky. It really does, like, I really do feel like turning 25 kind of does change something in your brain. I know it's like a pop science thing, like it's pseudoscience that your brain finishes developing at the age of 25, like your prefrontal cortex finishes developing at the age of 25. But I still think there's like something to it, because I really do kind of feel like something is changing in my brain chemistry. Part of it could also just be like, well, yeah, at this point in my life, I'm a lot more like, I live on my own, I work, I have my 9 to 5, and this world is cook or be cooked. This is a cook or be cooked kind of world. And so I'm like, I don't know, part of me does feel like something has kind of changed chemistry. I'm like, yeah. I'm too old to date Leonardo DiCaprio. My dreams are dashed of being an Instagram model that dates Leo DiCaprio. Unfortunately, that is no longer in the cards for me because I'm too old now. I'm ancient. I might as well be elderly. Or like it's still kind of crazy sometimes, right? When people talk about like being a young woman and like and now my age is kind of like not included in that anymore, even though I do very much still feel like a young woman. So to be fair, the only people that say that are creeps. Normal people still would consider a 25 young woman. Like I definitely still feel like I'm pretty young. It doesn't help that I still look pretty young. One of the nice things about Asian genetics is that I look pretty young, and I will continue to look pretty young for the foreseeable future. Like it's pretty nice. Like I like knowing that's how things will be panning out for me. That's kind of neat. Now these little round guys are on. But yeah, speaking of old people being old people, I've been rewatching Downton Abbey. That's like been my primary thing lately. I think I've been drawing a lot more lately. That's the other thing is I feel like I like the idea of like I have a million different hobbies and interests and things that I do, and it's like, how do you do I've been asked, like, how do I have all these hobbies and do all of these things, and the answer is to stack my time vertically and not laterally. I'm like, do you really think every time I have, like, free time, I'm, like, building Gunpla, I'm taking photos, I'm drawing, I'm cooking, I'm doing 50 other things, I'm writing. Like, you think I'm not doing that every single day? That's so much. That's so much. But it's like, last week has been very much a drawing week for me. Like, I've been drawing a lot because there's like a couple of things that I'm working on that I just got motivated to really get in on and do, including drawing stuff for my D&D character. I love my D&D, my current D&D character. She's everything to me. By the way, if you play D&D with me, don't listen to this because there's spoilers. But my character recently had like a big kind of reveal, because up till basically this whole time, the premise of my character, I know. I have to give a disclaimer that the resemblance is unintentional, but it exists nonetheless. So she's a druid. She's an elf druid who's like from a noble elf house. And then she, basically the gist of it, it's more complicated, but the gist of it is she commits necromancy. That's bad. Her necromancy then kills someone. Her necromancy then results in the death of a living person, and now she's getting arrested and exiled. She's getting arrested for manslaughter, and now she's on the run from Elf Interpol, from Fantasy Interpol, because the one nice thing about money is that instead of like having to go to jail, she's like, I'm just gonna go on the run. Bye, guys. And so that's where she's at. It's time, and thus she's also like ends up stealing someone's identity. She ends up stealing the identity of her dead friend to like go on the run. And the party up till this point has only known her as her false identity. They had kind of no idea. Well, I made her in a way that she's a little stupid, in the sense that she's actually not that good at hiding her identity. Like, she's such a, like, rich girl who thinks she's better than everyone. Who's, like, smarter and better than everyone, because that's how she's been treated her entire life. And so she does things that are, like, kind of obvious, it's, like, and suspicious, but she just doesn't think about it, because it's like, well, yeah, of course I'm better than everyone. Why would I not be? They would never realize, because I'm so smart and amazing. It's, like, kind of obnoxious and terrible, and I love her. I love this character so much. She sucks. She's also a literal criminal. But recently, the party found out about her false identity, and that she's been falsifying her identity this whole time, and who she actually is. It's very funky, very interesting, and I've been having a good time. One of the other party members, like, again, this was like another completely unintentional thing, where we just accidentally became foils of each other. Another party member his character is basically a cop. Meanwhile, Mike is a cop that hates the nobility and really cares about justice. And is really good at his job. Meanwhile, my character is a criminal, is the epitome of, like, spoiled rich girl. Maybe not spoiled rich girl, but, like, definitely, like, snobby rich girl. Super pretentious. And it's very funny. They, like, kind of hate each other, but also my character has saved his life several times and is like, well, look at that. Would you look at that? Did I cut out the wrong piece? I think I totally cut out the wrong piece. I did. that's fine. I can just cut out the right piece now. But and so they kind of have, even before this reveal, they're very much people with opposite characters who are constantly at odds with each other. It's very funny, but also he owes my character his life. So, and she knows it. And she sucks. And she's like, well, yeah, of course you owe me your life. I've literally brought you back from the dead. Like, you owe me. And so, but they're still just like, they kind of are just like mean to each other. It's very, but it's like kind of funny. It's like funny meme. It's like, they're very, very funny and antagonistic to each other. And so, when this whole, like, the other really funky thing is that our backstories are actually connected. His character has a personal connection to my character's family. And it's like, and the backstories are connected, and it's very funky and very cool, and now we're getting to the point where our backstories are starting to converge. The whole reveal happened, and a bunch of stuff happened, and basically my character is like, I'm like fully expecting this to be like a bigger confrontation, and for this other character to react like very like negatively. And I will be real with you, I thought up like so many good insults. Like, I had so many in the chamber that I was so ready for this to like devolve into like a bigger fight, and to devolve into like a bigger conflict between our characters. Again, it's it's so hard for me to play mean characters because I don't like being mean to people. And like, after sessions and whatnot, I feel like I have to reassure him and be like, I promise, I don't want to just, please, I don't want to just be mean to you. I hope that this doesn't make you think negatively of me, because I just spend our entire sessions just being mean to them, and I feel bad. But, you know, luckily they're very cool and understanding, and we're like, yeah, no, it's simply our characters. My character's also mean to you. We're mean to each other, but we have no beef in real life, obviously. Very funny. Oh, I need to. The chamber. Where did I put it? There it is. I have no beef in real life, but I feel bad. But yeah, it was just kind of funny where, because of character things, he just like wasn't really confrontational about it. And I was so expecting it to be like a huge confrontation, and it just wasn't. And looking like it was really like a good character moment, because it makes a lot of sense for his character and what has been discovered and what we have found out about each other and what's been going on. Like, it makes sense. But in my brain, I'm like, I had so many good insults in the chamber. I was so ready for this to be like a huge blowout fight, and then it just wasn't. But speaking of TTRPGs, I want to share more of my TTRPG writing, because I do like a good bit of it. I do like a good bit of TTRPG writing. Very cool, it's very neat. I like TTRPG writing. I like writing campaigns and one-shots, and I have a bunch that I've either already written or I'm currently working on. And I want to like share them more, because almost all of my TTRPG writing is like locked away. That has like never been seen, is like work of mine that's just like never been seen by human eyes. I love TTRPGs, but it's kind of hard to like, the rough thing about it is that it's not just like a story that I can just publish and have it be done with. Like, they're meant to be played. They're meant to be played. Not that there isn't like a bunch of like periphery stuff that I write that I'm proud of and I can just like, I want to share. but a lot of it is meant to be in context of like you are playing the game, and it's kind of hard to like get people together to play TTRPG, which is why I mostly write one-shots. But like, I don't know, man. I really like writing my one-shots, and I want to share them more. I feel like I want to do that, and I should like do that more, because yeah, most of my TTRPG writing is like locked away in my Google Drive folder, never having been seen by human eyes that aren't mine. And I want to like actually share my TTRPG writing more. And that's the thing with like Bluesky and stuff, where I'm like, I feel like I can now. Like, I feel like I can. There's like people out there that are like interacting and doing things, and it's not just like algorithm based, and it's not just like clickbait, who can get the most views, stuff like that, and just like a lot of arguments and drama and being people, which is why I've generally avoided like fandom and whatnot for a long time. Like, I haven't actively participated in like fandom since I was early college, like since I was a teenager, literally. And I'm like, I just haven't. But I kind of want to like I kind of miss the community aspect of it all. And so I like want to do stuff. I want to like put TTRPG stuff out there. What happens? You know, I want to. I have a lot to share. And I am very excited. I'm currently writing 2 one-shots for my demos at my demos for Furpoc coming up. I'm demoing Wanderhome like usual, like I have been, Blades like I have been, and I'm demoing Call of Cthulhu, which is new to, well, okay. Call of Cthulhu is and isn't new to me. I've never run it before. Don't tell Heather. I think I told Heather that I've run it before. I actually haven't. I'm just really into it. I just really like Call of Cthulhu, and I've always wanted to run it. I've I've just like never been able to get together people to play Call of Cthulhu with me. But it is like one of those TTRPGs that I've like desperately been wanting to run for a long time. And now I get to run a game of Call of Cthulhu on Halloween night. I am so happy. I'm so happy. I'm so excited. And I have started writing my one-shot for it. I still don't have too much together conceptually for it yet, but we're getting there. It's a work in progress. It's, you know, it's cooking. It's coming along. But the other thing, I'm also writing... I've demoed Blades in the Dark before for Furpoc, but I feel like the Blades demo that I've done before for Furpoc was a lot less like structured, and I kind of want to write something that's a bit more structured. And I really like the concept that I've got going on so far for Blades, for my Blades one shot, because last year when I demoed Blades, it was very much like, luckily when I demoed Wanderhome, I've already like written enough material for Wanderhome that I could run a campaign in it. It's a time. And so I still have like a breadth of material for Wanderhome, but I've never written for like, I had written a little bit for Blades, but I've never like written a Blades campaign like that. So a lot of the like a lot of the Blade stuff, I kind of just had to like make up on the fly, and I was still going to school at the time, so I just like didn't have time. But now I actually do have time to like sit and think and cook and figure out what I want to do. That's body construction. Now make his head and his front for this one. Wait, I want to try and see if he'll on this now. Yay! Now we're moving on to head construction. EA rudder. J runner, and A runner. Where'd I put my, there it is. But my my concept for my Blades one shot, I'm very excited. It's very much inspired by the movie Bullet Train, because I really love that movie, and specifically it's inspired by the main villain of Bullet Train. And I just got really enamored with the concept of someone who does, like, an assassin who does Russian roulette every time before they kill someone. Like, I just was so enamored with that. And, like, the whole ending scene where it's, like, they're in, like, this big epic fight and they're finally confronting the main villain and he's got a gun, and before he's, like, pointing it. Of course, he's, like, has his gun drawn and he's, like, trying to kill the people that are attacking him. And he just, like, puts the gun to his own head. You hear that click. And then he points the gun at the hero, or, like, the person who's fighting him. And it's so good and so interesting. And the whole idea of, like, a villain that thinks, like, I am ordained by fate to kill. Like the whole concept of, like, taking fate, but, like, the concept of fate and the concept of, like, will, not really divinity, but, like, truly the concept of, like, fate, and being like, well, it's not my fate to be a hero, it's my fate to kill. And every time, and they reaffirm that with every kill, and it gets reaffirmed with every kill, is just so fascinating. And I, like, desperately wanted to build around that. And I really liked the idea of a big reveal, like a big villain, like a villain twist, where the way that the villain twist happens is, like, you're confronted by someone that you thought was an ally, and you see the ally pull out a gun, and they're like, oh shit, oh shoot, I'm not supposed to swear, shoot, the ally is trying to kill us, and then you see the ally put the gun to their head, and they're like, oh my god, they were this person all along. Like, that's how they realize that that's who they are. And I just got very enamored with that concept of a villain reveal. And I basically built an entire one-shot around that singular moment at the very end, when the big bad reveal happens of, like, they're like, okay, God. They pull out the gun and they're like, oh my god, I can't believe you're betraying me. And then they put the gun to their head and they're like, oh my god. And you hear the click. Like, oh my god. That's the moment that I'm writing for. And the concept that I'm working with so far, again, if you're planning to participate in my in my Blades demo, kindly do not perceive this. Kindly do not perceive this. Oh wait, no, this goes in. Here's A runner. A3. But I am just, like, so enamored with that, like, big reveal moment. And the concept that I am working with so far is, like, because it still has to be, like, a one-shot. Basically, the party are criminals. They don't necessarily have to be criminals, but the party are, like, they're a group of people, and they basically get tasked. They're like an underground is, like, underground city, black market, like, organized crime. Like, you don't have to be a criminal in Blades in the Dark, but you know, it's very much about like secret underworlds and stuff like that. Like the sketchy underbelly of the city. Like that's really where Blades takes place. Like you don't have to be a criminal, but most people are criminals. And so, yeah. And the party is like this group, and the group gets tasked with helping this like big figure in the underworld who like I commissioned someone to like kill someone and steal this precious artifact, like this precious heirloom or artifact. It's just like something extremely valuable and extremely identifiable. And I wanted it, and so I commissioned them to get it for me. But the thing is, they betrayed me, and now they're on the run. They took it and they ran. And I need you to get it back for me. I need you to get this back for me so that I can save face before it gets out that I got swindled, basically. That I got defrauded. And I don't care whether you bring them back to me dead or alive, but I need them. Because I want to punish them myself. I need to make an example of this. I need to make sure this doesn't get out. And I want my thing. I want this precious artifact that I wanted. And she is like, yeah. And so basically now the party has to go track down, because they know that they're probably trying to leave the city, right? Because they killed basically the guardian of this artifact, and now they're on the run. And so you have to go and you have to get it. And also, like, the city, of course, like, it's now public news that this thing has been stolen. Like, this big, important, identifiable thing. So they also have to beat, like, the city guard to it, too. They have to beat, like, the regular city guard to it, too. Because obviously if the city guard gets it, then they'll just give it back to its rightful owner. But she's like, no, I still want it. I just need you to go finish the job. And now the party has to chase after this, like, this very famous assassin criminal and get it back. But the big reveal is that the person who commissioned them is actually the assassin in question. And really, the party has just been set up to take the fall for it. And it's so... I still haven't figured out... I'm still writing the, like, minutia and the mechanics of it, but that's my general concept that I'm working with, and I really like... Because I feel like it fits well for a one-shot of, like, very specific goal. Because with one-shots, I don't... Usually for TTRPGs, I don't like being railroady. I don't like railroading. I like to give the party a lot of control over the story and what's happening. But for one-shots, I feel like it makes a bit more, like, I'm usually a little bit more railroady for one-shots. Really just because it's like, we have a limited amount of time. Like, I have to tell a story within a single session. And so it's a little bit like, okay, let's go. We're moving. We're going. And so, for this one-shot, there's, like, a clear goal. You have to go catch this guy. But the plot twist is that the person who commissioned you is actually the guy you're trying to catch. And you're simply being set up to take the fall for them. It's like, oh my god. But I still have to, like, kind of weave it in better and see what I want to do with it. And write more of the specifics and still, like, figure out, like, the kinks in it and the plot holes and try and write around it and make it so that it's cohesive. But I like my initial concept, so I do like my initial concept. I'm very excited to, like, run this one-shot. Okay. It is past 1 o'clock. I didn't end up finishing this guy, but it is almost done. So next week not next week actually, I lied. Okay, thanks for hanging out. Good luck with your errand stuff. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, it will not be next week. Next week I'll be off because it's my birthday. But next time when we return, it shall be the epic conclusion of Shinji. There's literally only like 2 steps left. There's like a few steps left. Well, not a few, more than a few steps, but like there's not too much left to do. He's getting pretty structured, pretty there, as you can compare between the picture and what I have so far. We're getting there. We're doing pretty good. Yeah. I think that will be for now. Thank you to everyone who tuned in. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you had fun. And yeah, I shall see you all in a couple weeks. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend. And yeah. Bye-bye!